Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Ron Hill Gaming. We are in the game Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And as you can see, we are in our Cessna 172 Skyhawk with a G1000. We are going to take a flight from Lakeland Sun and Fun area to Ocala. And we have the sun going down and the clouds overhead. So we're going to see, what kind of an instrument type of landing we can do in Ocala. The flight will take about an hour, it looks like, and maybe 45 minutes. How does that sound? And yeah, so let's go ahead and get ready to fly here. What does that say? Well, there's an update on the plane mod. All right. Well, I am running a mod here on this plane. We'll get rid of that. This is, I'll put a link in the description below, but this is a freeware, believe it or not. And it adds a lot of realism to the Cessna 172, the default Cessna 172 with the G1000. And you can see that it adds, we can do a little walk around here. We're tied down. We have wheel chocks. We have covers. We have passengers even. So let's go inside the plane here, and I'm going to show you what we're talking about here. If I look down here, there is a little spiral-bound notebook here. And I can take the wheel fairings off. No, I want the fairings, I'm sorry. The wheel chocks off, the tie-downs, and the external covers. I want to keep those fairings on there. Now if I go back out, all that's gone. You see the plane's rocking around a little bit because of the best realistic. In fact, let me make sure that that is actually running as we want it. We have all of the... We have everything pretty much what we want set. So we're good there. Okay. So I can have persistent, so the plane will stay the way I left it, which it is. It's exactly as I left it. And I want it to start cold and dark. So once we park it, we go around here, you can see we have some passengers in the back there. I can take the passengers out and actually take the seats out and put cargo in there. And we can go to the cargo and we can put camping sets, crates, cardboard boxes, tanks, and so on. So we could actually, or get rid of the back seat and put our luggage in there or something like that. So we can make this configuration really whatever we want it to be. We can unload the cargo. It'll actually put it outside the plane. And yeah, so this is a nice little setup here. And then we're going to put it away by hitting the spiral. The next thing that we have access to is this VFR map here. And if we go up on the clipboard here, we're in the U.S., so we'll go to the VFR map here. And we're in Lakeland, so KLAL. And I just accidentally turned all my lights on. I don't want to do that. I want to do it manually through my switch panel. But right here is Lakeland, in the middle of our map there. So if I need any information, I can gather it from the map here. Now, over to my left on my other screen, I do have SkyVector up. SkyVector is a free website where you have all of your charts exactly like you see in front of us here, but with all the airport information and stuff like that. So we'll click on the clip, strobe off, and while we're here, let's go ahead and put our fuel on. We're on both, so we're good there. We're ready. Trim is pretty much set for takeoff. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Oh, there's one more thing while we're here. And that's this little tablet. If I touch the power button over here, now this is the only location for this tablet, so we can't move it around the cabin. But you can connect to these other services here, and even the maps is the same as the clipboard. If you want it on your tablet for some reason, you can do that. And I can move the sectional around here. All right. I can go back to the apps here that I have, and then if I hit this power button, it just goes right back where it belongs. The windows and doors work, which is a neat addition. Scoot over here. Hey folks, we'll be taking up here momentarily, okay? Swing back around. Go. We'll go ahead and open up the window and we'll yell clear prop. We're going to go ahead and get things started here. And we're going to do that by clicking on our battery. And we're not going to... Well, I have to start one of those, don't I? Yeah, I sure do. Okay. So we're going to put our mixture in full. Our parking brake is set. I see it right there. And we're going to clear prop.
Clear.
Start the engine. A little bit of throttle, keep it running. Turn on our other avionics switch there. We'll go ahead and turn on a beacon so that they know that we're here, getting ready to move. We'll turn our strobe on as well. Nav lights can come on while we're here. Oh, excuse me, it's the switch. That's the fuel pump. Should have done that first. Didn't really need it, obviously. We've actually just been running. All right, now we have all of our Garmin 1000. I'm not super familiar yet with the Garmin 1000, but I'm getting there. Let me go ahead and file my flight plan. Go. And are we connected? Reconnect.
Lakeland REGL information uniform. 2150 Zulu winds are 09er 4 at 13 knots gusting to 20 knots.
20 knots.
Visibility 10 miles. 2200 overcast. Temperature 22. Dew point 17. Current altimeter is 299er7. Arriving and departing runway 09er. Lakeland REGL information uniform. 2150 Zulu winds are 09er 4 at 13 knots gusting to 20 knots. Visibility 10 miles. 2200 overcast. Temperature 22.
299er7 on the barometer. We need to go down to 299er7 right there. And right here, what we're going to do is just auto set that right there.
Ground next 1292 Charlie Bravo westbound.
All right, we are on ground.
1292 on a front with kilo.
If you're not familiar with the G1000 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the panels are essentially the same. All the controls are the same. But if you try to do your flight planning over here on the this setting, it's not going to work. It has some problems, especially with departures. So we'll do that over here, and it's not that big a deal. We're going to go to Flight Planner, and it does have our beginning and end here. We told that in the last part. Putting in your information in the sim. So it knows this part. But what I need to do now is to go through the procedures. We're going to select a departure.
Left Alpha now. Left Alpha should have whiskey. Left Alpha should whiskey 1561.
Okay. There are no departures from here. Interesting. All right. Well, that's okay. We'll go back. And we're going to...
the port authorities close all these skyways off your right side here. So you need to go down to whiskey, please. Go down to whiskey, cross 1 through left, follow UPS.
All right,
all the way down to whiskey, cross 1 through left, and we'll follow
I'm
UPS.
looking at a flight plan here that I'm going to go ahead and put in.
Good night.
So, whoops. Yeah, it's doing both screens at once. Sorry about that. So here I'm going to, this is going to be Sadey, S-A-D-E-Y. Actually, what we can do is hit this little symbol right here, and it allows us to type with our keyboard. All right, S-A-D-Y. Why is it not typing?
And you pick 1125, Charlie and Echo, tower 123.9.
139,
interesting.
Pistol 25.
SA. That's weird.
And JetBlue 1561, actually just hold
Usually
for the
we
whiskey
do it
alpha
this
right
way.
there.
Sure, Whiskey Alpha 1561.
So we'll get that. There's Sadie. We'll enter that. And then our next one is DMFBJ. Interesting.
And JetBlue 1561, every company,
Sorry.
Brad, push your right side about 10 seconds. So you're going to follow them out to Bravo, then cross 1 through left at whiskey.
FBJ.
You follow the 190 Bravo and could cross 13 at the Whiskey.
It's not really a good way to
Joe 1561 behind the company, tower 123.9. Good night.
Tells a
Behind company
T-A-L-Z-A.
2039, JetBlue 1561.
Maybe the A. Get to be shipped. There's Talza. We'll enter that. There we go. Be a little finicky here. Fibus. F-I-B-U-S. Fibus.
A65
Let's do this one.
Cap 865 Heavy, continue via Alpha, short of whiskey.
Alpha Short Whiskey, Cat 85, thank you.
Aye. Whoops, if we get off of that in the slightest.
And Cafe, I'm sorry, F106 Heavy, follow the Cafe short of whiskey.
Fibus.
Cat
Over.
Whiskey, American 126.
And we go back over here. And then onto our approach. So we're going to enter through all that. We're going to do an arrival on runway 36. We're going to do the ILS approach. Well, maybe I have to do it on approach. Let's try that. Yeah, ILS runway 36. That's the one we want.
Delta 432, straight ahead, Echo.
And we're looking
runway 31
for
right, the whole short Charlie.
Straight ahead, Echo, cross through on right, hold short of Charlie, Delta 432.
there's Fibus. Yep. Enter. And then we're going to come down to activate.
Ground, good evening, Maryland officers, 120, ready for taxi.
Yes.
November, confirm.
World Mohawk 201 Heavy, runway 22 right, taxi right, Alpha, hold short of Victor.
Runway 22 right,
All right,
taxi
so-
right, Alpha, hold short of Victor, Maryland officer, 1.
Go back to. We don't want to activate anything yet. So let's go over here. And if we use our range, we'll see that it's going to take us up into Telsa runway 36. All right. Here we go. Let's see what we need to squawk. We're going to
JetBlue 108 at 60 Alpha.
contact ground.
JetBlue 108, 1822.
Lakeland ground, Cessna 377 Delta Echo, ready to copy IFR.
Right, taxi left.
Cessna 7 Delta Echo, we don't have a flight plan on file for you.
Oh, no, you don't.
Bravo, hold short whiskey.
It's been validated, but
Left
it
Bravo,
hasn't
hold
been
short whiskey to 22 right, JetBlue 108.
My mistake. There's our file. Try that again. Lakeland ground, Cessna 377 Delta Echo, ready to pick up IFR.
Cessna 7 Delta Echo is cleared to Kilo Oscar Charlie Foxtrot as filed. Expect departure runway 09. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.65. Squawk 6431.
I'm going to have him say it back because it does it better.
Cessna 7 Delta Echo is cleared to Kilo Oscar
we are
Charlie
gonna go
Foxtrot
to-
as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.65. Squawk 6431.
Cessna 7 Delta Echo read back correct. Altimeter is 29907. Let us know when you are ready to taxi.
69 Lima Alpha short of Alpha Tech.
Altimeter 29907 for Cessna 7 Delta Echo.
Charlie.
Jet 2690, you're
All right.
on left Kilo Echo, taxi left Bravo, Cathay 65 Heavy. The British
We're on
obstruction.
29907. We have to go to 6431 on our squawk, so we're going to go to transponder right here. We're going to type in the code, and it is 6431, and then we will we'll go ahead and turn that on right now. Squawking 6431, so we're about ready to go here. We need to go back, and we need to go to
And
right there, so
1292.
GPS.
Get right to the
Get
second
our
JetBlue here, then cross at Whiskey, left
magenta
Bravo,
line, if
get
you
ready
will.
JetBlue
Now
here,
we're
left
supposed to
Bravo,
climb
then at Whiskey Alpha,
4,000.
join
So
Alpha.
we're going to go give it to alternator to
Alright, give way to the
altitude.
second JetBlue.
We're going to
Then,
put in
cross
4,000.
Whiskey, Bravo. Whiskey Alpha will join Alpha, hold short of Juliet for FedEx information.
There we go. And we're going to put our flight director on. Good, that matches up. And we'll go ahead and worry about that when we get to the altitude here. So we want to go, departure is going to be 120.65. We're going to put that in our box for, well, this won't work because we're going to need tower first, but oh well. Alright.
JetBlue 1 hold short of Whiskey Alpha.
Here we go. Alright, we're ready to taxi. Lakeland ground, Cessna 377 Delta Echo, ready to taxi.
Cessna 7 Delta Echo taxi to runway 09 via taxiway Sierra, Papa 1. Hold short runway 08.
Taxi to runway 09 or via taxiway Sierra, Papa 1. Hold short runway 08, Cessna 7 Delta Echo.
And Roma,
Cessna 7 Delta Echo taxi to 09.
a 201 Heavy, look for a new
Taxi to runway 09 via taxiway Sierra Papa 1. Hold short runway 08. Cessna 7 Delta Echo.
data on your
This one, that's what I
CPDLC.
said, but okay. So now we want to go to over here so I can see where the heck we're supposed to be going. And off we go. So let's go ahead and make sure our taxi lights are on.
Stand by, chat in a second.
Taxi lights are on. Landing lights can hold off for right now. Everything is good.
Delta 2690.
Parking brake is coming off.
Echo and 123.9.
We don't need a pushback or anything like that. So we are going to give it a little bit of throttle here.
Cessna 7 Delta Echo contact tower on 124.5. Have a good flight.
4.5 for Cessna 377 Delta Echo.
Aircraft calling ground. Say again with your call sign.
124.5 for Cessna 377 Delta Echo. Just didn't hear. Okay.
And Delta
124.5.
1172, just have yourself there. I guess we're moving in a second.
2 will hold.
4.5. And we know that departure is on to 0.65. So that'll be coming up soon. But we'll put that in the standby. All right, we're squawking the right number. Let's go ahead and put on the parking brake. We're going to do a little run up here.
Southwest 4624, try to make the
1800
reverse if you can
RPMs.
due to a
I'm
taxiway
looking
closure.
in the secondary
4624.
display there at the top. You'll see the RPMs. And then what I'll do, there we go. I'm going to turn the key back, testing the magneto. So I'm looking for a drop. I see it. About 100 RPMs. Good. Then I go to the other side. Good. And back to both. Back to here. Parking brake is off. Landing lights go on. Taxi lights come off. We're ready to look. I'm going to go outside the plane here.
330 at 3, runway 24 left, clip takeoff.
We're just going to look
210, 4 left, quick takeoff, Delta 1335.
right there. And there, I had one almost land on me a little while ago because I didn't do that. So we're going to pull up here. Hold on a second. Taxi lights are off. Heat can come on. Fuel pump for takeoff. That's what I wanted. Yep, that's that switch. Okay. All right, here we go.
Southwest 1190 tower, runway 24 left, line of buoy.
Now we're making an easterly departure here, but we're going to turn to the north. The GPS in this is not like magic, so if I turn on the autopilot as we're taking off, it won't miraculously put us on course. To make sure that we are close to the course to begin with. Full throttle. Their speed is alive. They're buckled up.
Southwest 1193, RNF Del Rey, wind 330 at 3, runway 24 left, clip takeoff.
RNF Del Rey, clear for takeoff, 24 left, Southwest 196.
Unlike when I accidentally didn't put flaps in on the Boeing, I did need flaps. And we're just going to climb at a decent rate here. It's going to stick with the runway heading for right now. Once we get to about 500 feet, there's 300. Hold that just a little bit. And we can
Delta 1335, heading 210, contact departure.
210, switch departure, Delta 1335.
turn to the right. I don't think it's right. And we're gonna go right here. We're gonna turn on our autopilot. Pilot is on. We're gonna hit altitude.
Sheriff 7, Tower Lost, install
And we're gonna hit
73009.
vertical speed. And we're gonna go nose up. So we're climbing at a decent rate of 600 or 700.
Sheriff 7, cleared enter Bravo,
Very
speed
good, that looks
requested
good.
along 0275.
And I'm going to go ahead and hit nav right now and see. Yep, it went to GPS. We're on an intercept course, so it's not going to turn us or do anything like that. Let's look back outside. Once we kind of get close to the intercept, then
Southwest 1193, contact
it'll
departure.
kind of turn. There we go. There's the turn we were expecting. And it will take into account the speed, the wind, I should say. Now, right now you'll notice that. Oops, I'm sorry about that. We are going 100 knots, but along the ground we're going 101. So right now we're not really being influenced by the wind too bad. And if you'll notice, we had 4,000 in here as our initial departure. So it will keep climbing until we get to 4,000, unless I get clearance to go higher. We are on track. You'll see that the track for the course is different than what we're pointed, and that's because of the wind. So there's a crosswind here that is affecting us. So we're kind of crabbing our way to the northwest ever so slightly. Gonna back off on our RPMs here a little bit.
Robert, Space Squawk VFR, free change crew.
We want to have some fuel by the end of the flight here. And we're still climbing, so we're full rich for right now. These are other waypoints and things like that, other little airports and so on and so forth. Main city.
South of 672 tower, with 24 left, line of way.
Alright, so
Halfway 24 left, south of 672.
we're on our way. We're going to go back over this way. I want to look at where we are. Yeah, we're losing a little bit too much speed, so I'm going to give it a little bit more gas. So that our speed is, we're not falling off there on this one.
Second tower, Delta 13, you want to go forward.
Delta 1381 tower, wind 300 at 3, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Alright,
Two moving maps going, and they're both showing the same thing, so I guess we're good there. I'm getting ready to look outside just a second here. I want to make sure everything is doing what it's supposed to. This is only the second flight with the G1000. I tried to do one the other day and completely flubbed it up. Just because I didn't know the little nuances,
if able,
what was
try to
working
make the
and what
reverse
wasn't.
Yankee. If you don't, that's fine. We can back taxi, but there is a closure right now.
Surprised we haven't got over to departure.
Southwest 672, turn left, heading 210, wind 290 at 3, runway 24 left, quick takeoff.
210, and quick takeoff. Well, that's
We're outside of Lakeland's airspace. I'm gonna just when I make it the active, it doesn't show anything. Lakeland departure, Cessna November 377 Delta Echo, with you 3,000 for 4,000. Nope, nothing. We'll stay here until they move us. And they will.
Delta 409,
Just
tower,
thought I
runway
might
24
have
left,
missed
line of
something
way.
from our initial
wait before left.
clearance there. We go outside. We are in the soup. Beautiful sunset. You just can't see it. See the ground. Looking for that clearing up there. Trying to climb. You can put traffic on here. Under alerts. Must be on
Delta 409, RNF Del Rey, wind 280 at 5, runway 24 left, quick
the weather
takeoff.
and traffic.
Del Rey, surface takeoff 24 left, Delta 40.
We're leveling out at 4,000. Speed's coming up. Really surprised that we, I mean, we can stay here if we have to.
right at Foxtrot.
Well, this isn't as pretty as I had hoped it would be. I think we can all agree that getting socked in the clouds is not really what we had in mind. Let me bring up my sky vector. See if it tells me. See if it spits up without contacting the cameras.
Tower UPS 29051, short 25 left at Foxtrot.
UPS 29055 Tower, can you depart the intersection on 25 right, or do you need to pull in?
We have numbers for Foxtrot for UPS 29055.
Let me go ahead and contact
29055
the
at Foxtrot, cross runway 25 left.
tower
Depart
just
the
to
right.
let them know.
Okay, cross 25 left on Foxtrot, holding short 25 left.
Lakeland Tower, Cessna 377 Delta Echo is at 4,000.
Cessna 7 Delta Echo, good evening. Radar contact. Altimeter is 3000.
Altimeter 3000 for Cessna 377 Delta Echo. Alright. We need to change that just ever so slightly. Right there. Radar contact with us, so we are in flight following. We can fly the whole way without talking to anybody, but you know, it's nice to contact somebody. I would have gone around this if I had seen that at a distance. Almost looks like we're flying into a rain shower here. Guess we're just going to keep us at this altitude.
FedEx 3610 heavy
Which surprises me, but that's okay.
25 left, expected
We
departure
filed
right.
for 5,000 because we were going a little more west than east. But we haven't got cleared for 5,000. Lakeland Tower, Cessna 377 Delta Echo. Are we cleared for 5,000?
FedEx 3610 heavy, RNAV Docker, wind 2604, runway 25 right at Foxtrot,
Take off 25 right at Foxtrot, RNAV,
All right.
Docker.
Well, we're on our way to Ocala. We want to say Ocala. I'm going to bring up Sky Vector again. And we are flying the ILS. You said it was runway 36, didn't we? Yep, 36. So we're going to look at the ILS 36. That plate, here's what I'm looking at. It won't go over the top of it, okay. I was going to try to show you, but it won't put it over the top of here.
Good morning,
we need our localizer frequency in our nav1, and it is 111.5, which mine for some reason is already in there. And our approach course is 004. So we're going to go back over here. And our approach course, you gotta be careful I don't lose my GPS here, but if I go up to localize, the first localizer, I want that course to be 004. So, right there. Now I'm going to go back.
Heavy contact for
Hope that GPS kicks in. So when we switch over to the localizer for our landing, we'll be tuned in, and that will give us our indicators for altitude of glide slope, so that we're coming in at the right angle, and whether or not we are lined up properly with the runway. Just in case the visibility deteriorates.
Special 477 heavy power, runway 25 left.
Beautiful sunset. Yeah, a lot to see out here, unfortunately. But you guys will get the idea of
691 heavy, turn, hold short, runway 25 left.
I'm going to want your opinion on something, and if you'll put it in the comments down below. I want to do a cross-country, I'm not talking about the United States, okay? A cross-country, not one leg, we're clearly not going to go one leg across the United States. But utilizing this plane, or maybe a Cirrus, a Cirrus aircraft, starting off in Miami, Florida, flying to, say, Atlanta, Georgia, then from Atlanta to Pittsburgh to New York, somewhere upstate.
691 heavy, do you have the numbers for Foxtrot departure?
And then start cutting across to Chicago, maybe down to Oklahoma, things like that. And, I obviously have to avoid the Rocky Mountains, or, find a way through the Rocky Mountains. And end up in California somewhere, like Burbank, which is just north of LA. Go all the way to let's say, we could go all the way across and then come down through, let's say, San Francisco and Oakland, and then down that way. LA is pretty south of California, and or Burbank, and make that like our destination, or John Wayne Airport, which is even a little bit more south of LA, and do a series. We'll do episode 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 60, or whatever it takes. And each flight will be different, and we will have challenges of rain and weather and daylight, darkness, and stuff like that. And then we'll do the streaming will be with our 737-800, and we'll stream longer legs like we would, like an airliner would do. So if we're going to stream for 3 hours, we would do a 2.5 hour flight with a half hour of setup and prep, On stream, I would have all the flight plans already all drawn up ahead of time. It sounds like, we could do that. And that's in addition to the LSPDFR videos that you do see on the channel here. So, if that sounds like something you want, or say, hey, please go to this airport, that would be, the ultimate is people will leave the breadcrumbs, if you will, that we'll follow around the country. But we'd have to go up the East Coast, and then across and down, and then back up maybe to the Dakotas, and fly by Mount Rushmore, for example. Just something like that. I think that would be fun. Still cruising along. Let me look at this one. Well, according to this, we're 37.5 nautical miles from the next waypoint, which is actually starting to get into the landing already. We have a 5 nautical
FedEx
mile range.
691
A
heavy
bigger
contact.
range than that. Where's my range?
Switch departure, FedEx 691, good morning.
Let's go 20. 25 is too much. Let's go 15 miles. So this is 7.5 miles from our plane to the end of the ring and in one direction. We have a temporary flight restriction now. About 21 minutes to the next waypoint.
Transfer the 477 heavy, turn left on
What does that
Alpha 8,
correspond with
left
what
on
my other
Alpha,
thing is telling
the
me?
contact ground point
Pretty
75.
close. Pretty close.
Alpha 8 and then that's one. Alpha, telegram point 75. Today, Chatter 477 heavy.
Okay.
Also, that Sadie will be coming up
American
first to
2027,
the other
runway 25 right, left.
I don't have that.
Heavy and B11 departed, caution wing.
DJ.
25 right now for Wait America, 20 minutes.
This is all moving, just at a slow pace because of the range here. We're going to do a scan of our instruments here. Fuel temperature's okay. Vacuum is a little low. Fuel quantity, we're burning evenly. Very good RPM there. Everything looks good. We're at 4,000 feet.
5 tower tactics, pulling.
Bring up the RPMs a little bit. I'd like to get around 100. Our speed. What's our ground speed? 102. So we're okay. This plane can go a little bit faster. It's still in the green. And if we come down here, we have our old steam gauges as well. And that, as you can see, we can go up to 120 knots. Let's see what it looks like outside.
American 2027, RNAV Docker, wind 260 at 8, runway 25
we
right,
can pick up the pace here a little bit.
25 right, clear for takeoff, American 2027 R9 stop.
Getting back some fuel. Right there. See if we can pick up some speed here. Yeah, so we're using the, by the way, links are in the description below for all of the add-ons. The FS Realistic, the FS Chat, ATC-Chatter, Pilot2ATC, Sky Vector aeronautical charts, Sim Brief if you want to do a full-blown flight briefing with weights and balances and all, you certainly can do that. And that's at simbrief.com. All these are free, by well, all of the websites are free to join. There was a cost to Pilot2ATC, FS Realistic. There was a small cost. Chatter, there was like a $15 cost. The upgrade to the standard stock Cessna was free. I'll have a link to that as well. And there is an update to the G1000 that makes it, we will capture the glide slope, but it won't fly the plane down the glide slope. In other words, there's no vertical control here. So we can upgrade the GPS and it will have that. It has a ton of new features, making it more and more and more compatible and just like the real ones for training and things like that. Because if you're going to train to be checked out on a plane with a G1000, what better way than to go through all the motions here in the simulator, learn everything, and then when you get in the plane, you look like a hero because you know how everything works already. Think of the money you'd save in lesson fees, the renting the airplane and the instructor fees. He doesn't have to teach you how to do this. If you've even watched some YouTube videos with certified instructors on how to run a GPS, the G1000, and then you get in the plane and he doesn't have to show you what every little button does. You'd save hours of instruction time.
Okay, Compass 6005, back to that original frequency 124.
I am going to...
Still 4.3 convey 6005.
Let me see. Jacksonville's ATIS 128. 125. I don't know if we'll be able to hear them. Ocala Towers 119.25. I've got that from my airport diagram as part of the ILS approach plate. Pretty simple approach. You come in and you just go right down the glide slope. It's a very straightforward approach. If you miss the approach, you find the 2000 and you go into the pattern actually. So, the 2000 and looks like a left-hand pattern here. You know what I'm saying? Just approach. There is a
Guy was 5205
just approach fix for a hole, racetrack hole, but the actual missed approach looks like it just go out. Find the 2000 and then pick up the vortex and yeah, come back around. Alright, so as the skies are looking kind of blocking out the sun is going down. Boy, we are right here at the base of these clouds, aren't we? Quick picture there. Alright. Pop back in. Alright, we're just kind of looking. Miles, so we should be right in here. Now we're cruising 120 knots over the ground. We'll keep it right there.
Step to 124, runway
we have the
right,
fuel
line up
to
the wing.
do this. So. Half expecting this to be rain, but it's not really. We do have the weather.
On 86 next to land, 11 mile final from Foxtrot.
Weather on
westbound, runway 25 left.
Might have been what that orange square was. That might have been weather. That we were seeing down below there. Top of descent. Only 4,000 feet. Not like we're going to have trouble getting down. And then from here, this is next. And then the runway. So you can't hear the ATIS yet? Really hope my Pilot2ATC hasn't given up on us. Part of it's still working. Let me try reconnecting.
Marion County information whiskey, 2251 speed. Local weather not available. Weather at Ocala International Taylor is winds are 09 or 4 at 13 knots gusting to 20 knots. Visibility 10 miles. 4,100 broken. 1,000 overcast. Temperature 23, dew point 14. Current altimeter is 3000. Arriving and departing runway 05. Marion County. Marion County information Bravo, 2251 Zulu.
Switch to 05. Is there a 05?
Number 9er Charlie Delta, left turn on course through to the northeast. Runway
Yeah, that's
9er
what
right,
happened.
cleared for takeoff.
Wasn't working, was it? So now we're supposed to be going to 05 approach. So let's go back to our procedures. We're going to select
Tower
approach.
Sovereign 107 Delta Alpha is with you, Bagolu 9er, right? How you doing?
Sovereign 107 Delta Alpha, never better. Tower, your number 1 runway 9er right, continue in left pattern, and is a 2 mile state, fine
I
with
don't
you.
have a runway.
Perfect, thanks, number 1.
I'm just going to keep it where it is. Just going to keep it where it is. I don't have a runway. I don't know. Oh, because it said that we couldn't get the rate, the weather directly at them. It's really low, so I don't know why we're not hearing that. Let's see what our volume is. That volume is 100. That volume is 100. Bring the chatter volume up. That's good somehow.
Your 9er 885 Mike Tower, flight southbound,
that
ready to turn to
chatter?
final.
Roger. 85 Mike.
Speech is 100. I'm not sure why that's doing that. Should look outside the plane when I'm doing that, so you guys have something better to look at. Sorry. All right, I do want to do this. Okay, so it looks like we're going to make this and come right into the runway. That's how we're going to plan it.
November 7 Delta Alpha, traffic just at 12 o'clock and 3 miles of Cessna, 2,200 indicated. He's flying southbound and towards final for 9er left. You're going to keep your turn inside of him.
Looking.
We're going to go to Ocala Tower, 109.25. We are how far? Yeah, we're about 8 miles away, so let's go ahead and control that. Ocala Tower, Cessna Delta.
Cessna 7 Delta Echo, this is Tower, go ahead.
Ocala Tower, Cessna 377 Delta Echo is approximately 8 miles to the south, inbound runway 36 to land.
Citation 7 Delta Alpha.
7 Delta Echo, good evening. Radar contact.
So it looks like you're on base now, is that correct?
Yep, we're on base now.
That works great. Thank you very much. 7 Delta Alpha, you're still number 1, 9er right, clear to land.
9 right, clear to land, number 1 Delta.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back down here. We're going to go to... Okay. What is this crazy... What are we doing? Let's try to find the localizer. That's what it's doing here. Oh.
Cessna 85 Mike, he's an angle for more towards 9er left again. Stay parking on the
There must
field.
have been a
Either runway is
discontinuity.
available.
Barnstormers.
Remember I said it looked
Cessna
kind of
85
weird
Mike,
there.
change back to 9er right. And you're number 2, following the citation on left base. 9er right, clear to land.
It's gonna
9er
keep
right, follow
spinning around
citation.
here.
Clear to land, 85 Mike.
We do have the glide slope indicator. We're going to start coming down. We need to come down. So we're going to, the vertical speed, we're going to come down. We're going to go down to 2,000.
November 7 Delta Charlie, fly straight out. I'll call your turn. Good, go up the turn, 7 Delta.
All right. Is it going to get us back on the localizer? Localizer's coming in. There it goes.
November 37
There it
Foxtrot, continue inbound. You'll be number 1 for 9er left, so go ahead and keep it angle for a half-mile left base.
We're
Sit in
good.
a little closer.
We're good.
Half mile left base for 9 left, 30 Foxtrot.
All right.
37 Foxtrot.
Waves to our right. And we're going to go and intercept that a little bit.
Warrior 3 at the drill, fly straight out. I'll call your turn. Runway 9er left, clear for takeoff.
Coming down, coming down. We're on a good glide slope, so I don't want to mess that up. So I don't want to go
November 9er Charlie Delta,
halfway over here.
keep climbing. Traffic as you fall the clock at 5 miles. Look to be in about
And it'll abruptly go back, and it will miss that.
So looking and we're
It
climbing.
keeps flying through it. I may have to hand fly it. What's it doing? Oh my goodness. What in the world are we doing? Try it again. It had it captured and then it didn't.
Sovereign 7 Delta Alpha, thanks for your help. Stay parking.
Master Park.
Number 7 Delta Alpha, turn left. Hold short of 9er left, remain my frequency.
Left Julie, hold short 9 left, Delta.
Nope, we go negative. There we go. We'll just fly it in by hand if it's going to keep doing this. It clearly just missed the localizer. I need to get that captured. Come on.
Tower 37 Foxtrot. It says help you. You want us to do a short approach for 9 left?
There's 37 Foxtrot, no, but go ahead and start your downwind turn. And November 7 Delta Charlie, you can start your crosswind.
Crosswind 7 Delta Charlie.
We got it. We got it from here. Full mixture. Throttle as needed. Landing lights are on. Airport is in sight. hoping to get clearance to land. Start slowing her down. We're going to trim the nose down a little bit. That was a lot. There we go.
Sovereign 7 Delta Alpha, without delay, cross runway 9 left, or you can delay. I have no traffic on final. And turn left on Delta as you call ground 112.9. Thanks for your help.
Alright, cross 9 left, and we'll call ground and Juliet.
Do a visual approach here. We'll get there. Get on the altitude we selected.
November 37 Foxtrot, yeah, spacing is fine for a short approach if you'd like it. That's approved. 9 left, cleared to land, number 1.
Number 1, 9 left, clear to land. Short approach for 37 Foxtrot. Thank you.
Luckily it's almost dark, so the lights are quite easily seen. Pitch for speed and altitude, or throttle for altitude. Pitch her up here, slow down. There we go. Get any
November
flaps
3
in.
Alpha Juliet, you're following the Diamond Star off your left. You have him in sight?
Visual traffic, Juliet.
And a Cessna, if the GPS gets you where you can see the airport, you should be able to just take it over from there.
Helicopter 141 Delta Charlie is 1 mile.
7351 Delta Charlie is about 6 miles to the north. We'd like to be in Delta network.
Okay, yeah. Helicopter 1 Delta Charlie south of the tower, landing at midfield via short and risk. Use caution non-movement area. Wind 080 at 6, altimeter 3034. Stay south of Charlie.
Okay, we're going to go direct to the ramp. 1 Delta Charlie, helicopter.
Concentrating. Go a few miles out. Still have the glide slope working.
Diamond 7 Delta Charlie would like westbound
Glide slope
departure.
only works if you
November
come
7 Delta
into
Charlie,
it
from your
under
present
it.
position, straight west
If
is
I'm
approved.
above it and I try to come down to it, won't work. There we go. Try to get down to 80 here, or in the 80s. Looking for a weight arc.
November 3 Alpha Juliet, the traffic you're following is now westbound. Don't follow him. You're number 1, runway 90 left, cleared to land.
Left, number 1, clear to land. Break with Juliet.
We want flaps for this landing, but I don't want to follow the sky here.
November 37 Foxtrot.
Alright, first set of
You're on
flaps
the runway,
coming in.
correct?
Affirmative, ma'am. We're going to exit the kilo.
That was good. Was this taxi back or CCT?
Taxi back, please. 37 Foxtrot.
That's
November
what
37 Foxtrot, runway 90 left, taxi via Delta. Go ahead and call tower 123.7. We're going to split it off. This is too much work for me.
Over to 0.37, 37 Foxtrot.
We really haven't been cleared to land yet either. Ocala Tower, Cessna 377 Delta Echo. Are we cleared to land? Ocala Tower, Cessna 377 Delta Echo. Are we clear to land?
You're doing fantastic. A5 Mike, Charlie, 7 short of Charlie, you want to go to ground?
November 85 Mike,
gonna
affirmative.
land.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you.
We established radio communication with the tower. Initially, they said they had us radar contact. So that's all that's required actually for me to land at this class of an airport. I've established two-way communication. So we have lost radio communication apparently with the tower.
500.
Tower Warrior 630 Foxtrot is 5 miles north of Alpha landing with Papa.
November 7930 Foxtrot, IDEC. Number 30 Foxtrot, fly southbound, join a full downwind runway 9 left. Report 2 miles northeast of the field and contact tower 123.7.
Can you repeat that? Student pilot here.
November 30 Foxtrot, continue inbound to the field, but switch to tower 123.7.
123.7. We'll do it. 30 Foxtrot.
Little balloon from that. Local power. Let's grease it.
Stall.
Turn.
November 351 Delta Charlie, you're at 3600 still?
We're down to 35, we're descending. We're just going to join the 3 mile final for tonight.
Flaps coming up.
November 1 Delta Charlie,
We
yeah, and
will
we're splitting
exit
towers,
here
but I'm
as
going to keep
we,
you on the south side, but you can go ahead and make it a 2 mile final, so
wind
start your
was
base in about half a
full
mile,
crosswind.
and your number 1, 9er right cleared option, then fly right traffic with me, my frequency.
Okay, I'll stay with you and we'll just make a about 2 mile final for 1 Delta Charlie for 9 right.
We do want to, just get that stall warning sometimes just talking to us. I'm just going to taxi straight ahead. Get over here. Normally you go to ground, but they're not talking to us. Oh, we're good to go there. Welcome to Ocala, Florida. Home of equestrian farms and Lipizan stallions and all that good stuff.
November 1 Delta Charlie, you are still cleared for the option runway 9er right, wind 050 at 15, altimeter 3034.
Okay, awesome. Clear for option 9 right. Thanks for that 1 Delta Charlie.
Just gonna park her
We'll
right
do traffic afterwards.
Park and brakes on. All right, let's go through our shutdown procedure here. Lights are coming off.
And tower transfer 381 ready for departure, runway 9 right.
Transat 381, tower, runway 9er right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 9 right, transfer 381.
Okay, we want to turn off our avionics. Pull the mixture. Go. We're going to go down and shut our fuel off. Come back up here and hit our master battery switches. We're going to go in here. We're going to put our wheel chocks, tie downs, and covers on. Passengers get out as soon as I open the door. There you go, folks. They get out. Yep, they're gone. All right. All right, now we can get out. And to see that she is all secured, tied down, ready for her next flight. Well, that's going to do it, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to see for a series coming up, and we'll probably fly the what do you call it? Oh, darn it. I drew a blank on the name of the airplane. But anyway, the Sierra type of plane there. What is it called? Anyway, a little bit faster airplane. And we'll make these hops a little bit better. And yeah, so we'll take smaller, not smaller, but like tonight, hop about that far. And then we'll work our way. Look at the wind blowing the plane there. We'll work our way across the country. And with your input, I'll know where to go next, and we'll see some sights along the way. That's the thing about flying in Florida. Unless you're flying over a city or something, there's just not a whole lot to see around here. It's just a lot more water than land, actually, to be honest with you. So let me know in the comments. We'll go ahead and get this series going. Check us out on Twitch on Friday and Saturday nights, where we'll be flying the 737 for bigger jumps. I think we're going to go Tampa to Memphis on this week's stream on Friday night. So join us, won't you? Twitch.tv, Ron Hill Gaming. All right, everybody. I hope everything's going your way. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.